What's up, guys? It's vlog number 255. I think we have a pretty exciting day. I don't know what's on the agenda. Let's go upstairs and figure it out.
Start acting my face. Should I sit like this?
Here,
I'm just gonna act like I'm talking to you.
I'm bumping up the settings. You can't tell.
Thanks, honey. Honey. Oh.
Okay, I'm bumping the settings back down.
Mexico banned the sale of all e-cigarettes and vape products, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, it's weird. They're saying it's anti-smoking. They still sell a fair amount of tobacco, so I couldn't really get a clear picture on like what the plan is. Yesterday, this isn't breaking, but the EU agreed to the 6th sanction package against Russia. So they are banning oil, but like Hungary got an exemption. The Babylon, there's an article out, I wonder who made it. We're just looking at this headline right now on an aggregator. List all the Babylon Bee headlines that have come true. Jury's in on the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp defamation case. He sued her for $50 million. She countersued for $100 million. The case has lasted like 6 weeks. Jury's in, the verdict's gonna be announced at noon. Pacific time, looks like.
Oh, so an hour and a half.
Less than that, right? What's PT?
Right when pop culture crisis starts, so that'll be a good time.
That's awesome. I should message Brett. Let's see. Jury deliberation started on Friday. They were given intricate instructions that have them weighing whether any of the 3 statements in Heard's op-ed rise to the level of defamation. And in her countersuit, the jury, the same jury, is also going to weigh in on whether the 3 statements amount to defamation. So the jury is going to determine if there's any damages. Usually the damage amount is set by the judge after that. So it's not like a regular trial where there's like they may find that Amber Heard has committed defamation, which again is like a legal standard, but that doesn't necessarily mean Johnny Depp is getting $50 million. So it'll be interesting.
I'm in the weeds today.
What does that mean?
Fixing meaningless bugs that if I talked about would just get people to click off the video. So I'll save it for another time.
It depends, I think, on, I think the jury doesn't get to set the amount. I think the judge does. Yeah. So it does, like, if I were the judge, I would want to hear, like, how much did you make, how much were you supposed to make per movie?
Dude, make it poetic and pay him back his divorce settlement.
Yeah, well, at least that. Also, like, for the $50 million, is it $50 million plus legal fees? Because, like, I cannot imagine how much they have spent on legal fees.
I'm sure his legal fees are astronomical.
Yeah.
Or he's just...
The other part is, like, does she have...
Camille Vasquez are just doing it so he doesn't have to.
But, like, even if he committed... Even if he wins, and let's say he gets half as much, they award him $25 million. Because that was, I think, what he was about to make in the... What is it?
Pirates of the Caribbean 6 or 7, whatever.
And he got pulled out of the Harry Potter spinoff.
Yeah, the Fantastic Beasts.
So even if he was supposed to make $20 million, does Amber Heard have $20 million to pay him?
Elon Musk, where is he?
That's true. What he should have really been careful in his agreement to father her child.
Very, very...
Speculation, that's not real.
So we'll see.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know. I've only been
You were Amber Heard stan in the beginning, so I understand that this is hard for you.
I'm not an Amber Heard stan. I just said I think they're both bad people. Or
yeah, it was a bad relationship overall.
It was just bad. They were bad for each other.
I'm curious to see like what I want to hear what the specific justification is. Like I would be pretty surprised if it's hard not to see it as defamation, I guess. But I was in the courtroom.
Listen, I've only followed the kind of the tidbit news of it that's been interesting, not the whole trial. I don't know what any of the legal channels or anything are saying, but we'll see. Should be interesting.
What do you want to happen?
I would prefer that he wins and gets his divorce settlement back.
Do you remember when we started recording Pop Culture and you were like, I don't really want to cover this trial? And now we've covered it so much. Do I get to kick down the door and make the breaking news announcement if they haven't started? If they haven't announced it while you're recording?
Yes.
Can I do that, really?
Yes. Yep, you can do that. And then we'll talk about it more thoroughly with Shane.
I'm surprised that you're okay with this because I figured you would be like, do not disrupt my set while recording.
It's makes for great television.
Yes, that is what we are producing.
Yeah. We'll see.
They're just vamping right now. Nothing's out. We'll be right at 3 p.m. Oh my gosh, right as
you're gonna right as we go. You're gonna have to come upstairs and tell us.
I'll slide into your frame. I'll steal your microphone.
Yeah, you can do that.
Change of plans. What are we doing?
We're going down to the Fairfax County Courthouse to see what the verdict is in the Amber Depp and Amber Heard, Johnny Depp trial.
Hurry!
We're gonna go. We're running.
I guess so.
Just here for athletic reasons. The verdict came in right after 3:20 while we were in the car heading down. Complete unanimous decision in Johnny Depp's favor. He was found guilty of 1 count of defamation out of 3. He was awarded a total of $15 million. Amber Heard has to pay $15 million, and then he was ordered to pay her $2 million. So, in addition to a couple other charges, it works out to be roughly $10 million that he won from Amber Heard. We're here at the exit that Johnny Depp typically uses when he's in court. Today, he viewed the verdict from the UK where he's performing with his rock band. Amber Heard, of course, was in court to hear that she lost every count of defamation. Johnny Depp was found guilty of 1 count of defamation out of the 3 that she countersued him for $100 million. We've heard from local residents that typically fans will gather and cheer for Depp as he approaches the light just down this block. I'm gonna get hit by a car!
Oh, it's a cop too.
Well, fair enough. We're gonna head around to the front of the courthouse now to get a perspective from the people who have been on the ground cheering for either Amber Heard or Johnny Depp. Amber Heard stands out and about. Just a short time ago. Short and sweet.
Hey, Hannah.
Nice to meet you.
What organization you represent?
TimCast.com.
Okay.
Podcast.
Great. What brings you in? Are you local?
We are. We're relatively local. What about you? How long have you been here today?
Grew up in Reston, Virginia my entire life. Went to South Lakes High School, class of '89. Got the alert. I was here on Tuesday, but there was no one here.
Yeah.
And then sitting at home on my patio, soaking up some 90-degree sunshine.
No, it's seriously hot.
Got a verdict saying
Is this
it
the
was
verdict you're
in and
looking
drove
for?
right here. Oh, definitely the verdict. I mean, 6 long weeks of this trial. I entered it with a semi-open mind and listened to Amber. She's a great actress on film, not so much in court.
Okay.
So,
was there a moment that changed your opinion specifically?
Some of I didn't really believe her the most in this bottle incident.
Right.
I don't want to get too graphic into
Or
it.
his finger was injured?
Yeah, and stuff. So that part there, but I mean, I think it was a great verdict. He was asking $50 million.
He was asking $50 million.
The jury did 10. I do believe that was a fair. Yes.
How do you feel about him losing 1 count of defamation to Amber Heard?
I think it's fine.
That's fine?
Yeah. I mean, you can't win all the time. So.
What made you want to be here in person today, as opposed to watching from home?
I was sitting at my house on my patio, soaking in some free vitamin D, and I got the alert. It was about 1:30 or so, and it's only a 20-minute drive. And since I'd already been here on Tuesday, I said, let me come on down. So I wanted to see this. I grew up, like I said, I grew up in the community, and we don't get too many big things like this happening every day. So I figured I'd come in.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
How do you guys feel about the verdict?
I kind of expected him to win.
Yeah? Is that what you were hoping for, or just what you expected? Yeah?
Kind of both. I mean, I don't know enough about it, but I just felt like he chose to be here because he knew he would win here.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Did you guys feel like this is representational of the community's decision, or do you think it's something that should have been decided somewhere else?
I feel like pretty much everyone here, from what we've heard, has been on his side.
Yeah.
And do you feel that way too?
Yeah.
Just knowing everything that happened. I mean, pretty much both sides did wrong things.
Right. Did you guys follow their divorce case very closely?
Not really, no.
And so what about this case interested you?
Well, we live here.
Yeah, we live here. And they were like, Johnny Depp's gonna be here.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Have you seen him yet?
Kind of. Some of our friends have seen him drive by, and we saw pictures of him.
Yeah. Are you guys your first day here, or how many days have you been here?
The first day coming, actually, like walking over.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yep.
That's it. Finley.
Your dog's name is Emily?
Finley.
Finley.
Yeah.
So how does Finley feel about the verdict in the case?
I think he's very happy.
Yeah? What are you? Are you happy as well, or is it a divided household?
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this case opened up a lot of doors for people to share about addiction and own up to their stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And also domestic violence, both on her side and his side.
Yeah. Do you feel like the punitive damages and the compensations were fair?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money, but I mean, I don't think she has $50 million.
Yeah,
so.
that's
But
fair.
yeah, I think that when you mess with a beast, you're gonna get the horns.
Was this just in your backyard, or did you come?
Yeah, literally, I own a bunch of buildings across the street, so I've watched this unfold every day.
Yeah. Has it been wild? How's the crowd been for you?
Yeah, so like the crowd is usually on the other side where he comes in, and then this is the Amber side because they have, I guess, they're not supposed to be together. Yeah, so watching the crowd, it's been surprising like how much support, and he eats it up. Like he rolls his windows down, at the light down here in the corner, everybody rushes like his car, and he's loving it. But
did that influence how you saw him in this case, or not really?
Not really. I think that I want to like her, but I think that she does herself a disservice on the stand, so.
Right.
But hindsight's 20/20, and I wasn't there with them during that, so it's hard to cast judgment.
Yeah, we're only getting the outsider's perspective.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah.
Well, I'm glad you and Finley are getting along.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for speaking
with us. Thank you guys. Take care.
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
I want to just stand there awkwardly.
Come on outside.
Burning. I mean,
We're actually all melting. So have you been?
I am.
Is this your first day on site?
This is actually my first day and last day on site.
So what made you come in today?
So we were really interested to see, how the case was going because it was all over the news, and we found out that we lived so close, so we decided to come down.
This has been your backyard. You didn't even know it?
Yeah, no, we didn't even know it. It's crazy to know that the Fairfax County Courthouse was just, right there with Johnny Depp in it. So yeah, that was
exciting. This the verdict you were expecting?
It wasn't what I was expecting, but I can definitely say that I'm a lot happier with this verdict than I thought the verdict was going to come out as.
Right. What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I was afraid that the verdict might end out to tilt in a way that I didn't really want it to tilt in, but it seemed that justice was served, as always, and since, the jury had a unanimous vote and everything, it seemed like all went well, so I was very happy with it, yeah.
Were you outside when the verdict came in?
Yes, I was actually watching it live, so that's
How did the crowd react?
The crowd was kind of buzzed. I mean, everyone was talking. Everyone wanted to know, and there was a lot of shushing too because all the phones were on.
Right.
So that was very exciting. It was a very lively and colorful environment.
Was there a moment in the trial that changed your opinion of either the defendant or plaintiff?
Well, there's definitely an iconic moment in the trial where there was a judge that called for hearsay on their own question. I do remember that quite vividly, and that's to neither Amber Heard nor Johnny Depp's image. But I will say I remember that moment distinctly because it was all over the news after that. Yeah. So I do remember. Yeah.
Do you think that the celebrity status of both Amber Heard and Depp influenced how interested you were in this?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I've really liked Johnny Depp for a long time now, and I've definitely heard of whispers about Amber Heard before this, but then as soon as this kind of blew up, I was definitely more engaged than, a traditional domestic abuse case.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for speaking
thank you so much.
So have you been here before, or is this your first day at the courthouse?
This is my first day at the courthouse. My friend and her mom, they actually live right down the street.
Oh, wow.
And I used to go to George Mason University, so
it's your old neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how'd you feel about the verdict?
I felt pretty good. I felt Johnny Depp I'm glad that he got what he wanted, because I felt like Amber Heard. I felt like she wasn't telling the truth.
Yeah. So. Did you follow the trial very closely before today?
I followed it a little bit just because of my friend, so she was the one keeping me up to date. Honestly, I didn't even know a lot of this was happening until about around this year. I didn't know about the stuff that happened a few years ago or even the past few years.
Right.
So I was
you didn't follow the divorce. You didn't follow the son trial, anything like that.
Yeah. So I was just sort of out of shock, and I was just like, okay. And then I understood like why like I stopped seeing Johnny Depp in films and other stuff, and then then I was confused on why she was still in Aquaman,
Right.
and, like I think Aquaman 2 and stuff. So
Yeah, that's interesting. Do you feel like the crowd here was mostly on Johnny Depp's side, or?
yeah,
It's definitely on Johnny Depp's side.
Really?
yeah.
Absolutely.
There's no hurt.
No, absolutely.
I mean, there might be, but I feel like they're not going to be as
Like
vocal.
98.
Right, sure. of
Yeah.
course.
So.
What do you think of the settlement? Do you think he should have had to pay her the $2 million? Because he lost one count of defamation.
Okay. I mean, I feel like he should do what he feels is best for him.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you find that like watching this trial has interested you in the like defamation concept, or is it more you want to see what happens to Johnny Depp?
I think both sides. So it got me interested, and I want to see on his side too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
no
See, you're
problem.
natural.
Yay. Okay.
Do you want a picture?
I'd love a picture of this. Can you tell me how you made this?
So I didn't make this. I was just on Twitter, and they had said they needed someone to come out and hold the banner. And I live in the area, so I just volunteered to come out. But yeah, they submitted a bunch of messages on this Discord server, and then someone wrote it out and then mailed it to me.
How do you feel like social media played into this case?
I feel like a lot of people just saw videos on TikTok or YouTube about it and made their opinion from there and didn't really look that much deeper into it. So, yeah.
How do you feel about the verdict?
I feel like in some ways it doesn't make sense to me when it comes to like the actual defamation part, and I do feel that it's very obvious that Amber was affected more than Depp was when it came to like her work. So that was very surprising to me.
Yeah. Are you hoping she'll appeal the decision?
Yes, yeah. If she has that power, I really hope she does.
What do you think was the most important takeaway from this case for young women in America?
Unfortunately, I think it's that, as much evidence as you have, it's never going to be enough.
Yeah. What made you want to follow this case? Was it the issues at play, or was it the celebrity status of the defendant and plaintiff?
I think it was just the issues at play, because I had only ever seen Amber Heard in Justice League and Aquaman, so I was not like really big fan of hers. I grew up watching Depp movies, so I was a fan of his. So really it just, came down to the allegations and who I believed was telling the truth.
Did you follow their divorce case very closely, or was this sort of what changed your opinion of Johnny Depp?
I didn't follow it as closely. I just knew that she had made the allegations and that he had agreed to them at the time of the divorce. In their statement, they said that neither one of them had said anything that was wrong. So yeah.
Do you find it's hard to be an open Amber Heard supporter in front of the courthouse today?
No, I think I'm really lucky. Just being a woman in front of the courthouse, I feel like most people have not wanted to bother me.
Yeah.
But I had a male friend who was out here, and people had kind of bothering him. So I think that is where the difference comes.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Hi.
So how do you feel about the verdict today?
I am super, super happy. In case you can't tell, I'm a very big Johnny Depp fan. I grew up watching his films, Pirates of the Caribbean, since I was like 8 years old. I really fell in love with him when he got eaten by like the giant kraken. Like my 8-year-old self was just completely infatuated with him.
Right.
But now as a grown-up person, 24 years old, I really admire him not only as an actor but as a person. What he represents, I think he's very brave for having to go through this for 6 weeks, having everybody watching him all around the world as he told his story. So I'm really, really happy for him.
How did it feel to have these allegations play out in public as a supporter of Johnny Depp?
I felt really sympathetic for him because I imagine having, my own family problems or relationship problems aired out not only in front of people but, as I said, internationally. I think that takes a lot of strength, and as a person I just really felt for him, so I came out when I could to support him, and I just like seeing his smile on his face after watching him kind of go through hell all day long in the courtroom.
How many times have you been to the courthouse?
So we've been here, I lost count, probably like 10 or 15 times. I made it into the courthouse one day when the meme about Amber came about of her dog stepping on a bee. I was there for that day when she was on the stand. But it was just really awesome to meet like the fans that are here. I was talking to another person about, there was a lady who like dedicated her whole life to be here. She took 6 weeks off to come here. She spent like $30,000. She follows Johnny Depp around the world. It was just a really good experience to meet people who believe in him. Yeah.
How do you feel about the ruling against him? He lost 1 count of defamation.
I did note that. I'm okay with it because of everything else that he achieved and got out of the verdict. I was actually pretty worried for today because I thought that the jury would be in Amber's favor. Just from seeing people's reactions online, there's been very mixed perspectives on this trial, so I didn't know which way it was going to go, but I think he did surprisingly well, considering.
How would you feel if Amber Heard appealed this decision?
If she appealed this decision? That's a really good question. I hope she doesn't. I think she should just let it be, go on with her life and let him go on with his life, and just, you know, she already did her damage. Just leave the horse be. Like, don't beat a dead horse anymore.
Is there a franchise you'd like to see Johnny Depp return to? Because he obviously was taken out of a number of movies.
I've talked to people about this. A lot of people don't think it could happen, but I, for some reason, think that he could get the rights for Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow, and I don't know how, I don't know what legal team he has to go through, but I really feel like he could get that character and kind of make it his own and finish the story for Jack Sparrow. I think that would be really meaningful to him, but also his fans, if he could do that. Because he said he wouldn't do it with Disney, but that doesn't mean he wouldn't do it altogether. Right. So.
Do you think that this case has influenced your opinion of the American judicial system at all?
That's a really good question. The judicial system in America is definitely not as reflective as I'd like it to be. I'm an international studies major and a women's studies minor, so this is definitely something I'm passionate about. I think, especially with what's been going on, the Buffalo shooting, the recent Texas Uvalde shooting, I think our system needs to do a lot better. Not that this case wasn't important, but it was one of the many things that's going on right now that needs to be addressed.
Do you talk about this case in your women's studies classes?
So right now I'm not currently in school.
Okay,
I recently graduated.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But anyone that knows me knows how passionate that I am, and as I told other people today, as a feminist, a true feminist believes in all victims, and that comes in male victims as well.
Yeah.
It's not only women, and that's what a true feminist is. It's the equality of both men and women.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you have a hard time though? Did other people in your community push back against your support for Johnny Depp?
I feel like even people I know have pushed back, but I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. I'm definitely not the person to jump down someone's throat if they disagree with me.
Yeah.
And, I think that's okay to talk to people who have different perspectives than you. But yeah, as long as they respected mine and I respected theirs, and
that works out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking with me.
No problem, yeah.
That's a wrap on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial here in Fairfax County, Virginia. We heard from some Johnny Depp fans, an Amber Heard supporter, and other locals who've been affected by this trial, who've seen it play out in their backyard. We're gonna head back to the castle now. Let us know below what you think of this trial.
And we're back.
We're back at the castle. We hope you guys enjoy seeing some on-the-ground perspective of the case. It's definitely been a long road, 6 weeks of trial. It's pretty cool to be on the ground. Yeah, I think I don't know if you want to say it, but I feel like we're both grateful to have the opportunity to just go and see, even if this is not the most important case to you in your life, to see our justice system in action.
And everyone was so willing to talk to us too. More people said yes, let's do it, than kind of turned down the camera.
We only had one no, and then we had some of the journalism, which I understood.
And the officers. I wanted to talk to the police
we also
officer.
want to talk to the police officers. They were not allowed to speak to us, which I thought was the case, but we just thought we should ask anyways.
Hopefully we get to do more of this kind of stuff in the future.
Yeah, I definitely would love to do it again. If there's anything you think that we should see on the ground, definitely let us know. And thanks again for checking us out.
Yeah, thanks. See you next time.
Bye.